How have family relationships changed in recent decades?
I'd say we've moved away from rigid top-down hierarchies toward a much more fluid, egalitarian dynamic. In the past, family life was often dictated by a sense of unquestioning duty, but nowadays the bond is sustained more by mutual affinity and emotional investment. For instance, it's far more common now for adult children to view their parents as confidants, rather than just authority figures they need to obey. That said, while this openness is great, it can sometimes make the family unit feel a bit less stable than when everyone had a clearly defined role.
Is it important to live near family?
It definitely has its perks, though I don't think it's the be-all and end-all for a healthy relationship. Being close by allows for those spontaneous, low-stakes moments, like dropping in for a coffee, which really help maintain the connective tissue of the family. It's a lifesaver when you're in a pinch and need a hand with childcare, but it can also be a bit much if you don't have clear boundaries. Actually, for some people, a bit of breathing room is exactly what's needed to keep the peace and prevent underlying tensions from boiling over.
What role do grandparents play in modern families?
In our current fast-paced world, I see grandparents acting as a sort of grounding force or a calm in the storm. They provide a direct link to a family's heritage, offering a type of unconditional warmth that isn't tied to the day-to-day discipline parents have to worry about. They're often the custodians of family stories, reminding everyone of their roots when life feels a bit too chaotic. Mind you, the traditional grandparent role is evolving, as many seniors are now more focused on their own active retirements rather than just being full-time babysitters.
Do you think family ties are stronger in some cultures?
I think the emotional intensity is probably the same everywhere, but the social rules around it vary massively between cultures. In more collectivist societies, your identity is often inseparable from your family, whereas in the West, there's a huge premium placed on standing on your own 2 feet. In many Asian cultures, for example, family responsibilities are often non-negotiable, which creates a very tight-knit but high-pressure environment. Ultimately, strength is subjective. You can be intricately linked to your family out of obligation without actually being emotionally close.
How can families maintain strong relationships?
I think beyond just spending time together, I think the real secret lies in shared rituals and protecting dead time. It's those small, repeated traditions, like a phone-free Sunday roast, that act as meaningful anchors for the family identity. Even something as simple as a long, meandering chat where no one is rushing off to do something can do wonders for a bond. However, you have to be careful that these traditions don't become burdensome. They need to evolve as the kids grow up and move on.
What challenges do modern families face?
One of the most insidious challenges today is the constant pressure to live up to the airbrushed versions of family life we see online. Social media creates this distorted yardstick for success, making the messy, exhausting reality of real life feel like a failure by comparison. Families often get caught up in a performative trap, focusing more on how their life looks on a screen than how it actually feels to be together. That being said, technology is a double-edged sword, as it also makes it incredibly easy for families to bridge the gap if they live on opposite sides of the world.